Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yonko back here with another video, and we're going to be talking about two boxers, as a matter of fact, that being Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. And it's going to kind of be proxy of their fans and me not quite understanding the psychological hold that these two boxers have on their fans. And it's just kind of weird because I'm a fan of multiple boxers, like Boots being my number one, Shakur being my number two. You have Abdullah Mason number three, Keyshawn Davis number four, Dimitri Bivol number five. Okay, and all my fighters, get fair criticism, but also they get praise in the moment of their greatness, but then it just goes back to hate, and that's how you know that they're great. Okay, they're constantly challenging themselves to be great. They want to be great, right? And when I look at Devin Haney and Tank Davis, I don't see that from them. Tank is not even on the pound for pound anymore because of inactivity and not challenge himself to be great, because Bevo was inactive for like a year. He had back surgery, right? But he was still on the pound for pound, right? You have Alter Beterbiev. He was on the pound for pound. He got removed, but like, dude, yeah, I don't know who he's going to be fighting. I don't know. But he was supposed to be fighting Najee Lopez, but that didn't happen. But he got removed off the pound for pound. But it just takes one fight for him to get back on there. But still, you have inactivity that can cause you to get removed from the pound for pound, even if you're a former undisputed champion. Really lost twice to Bevo. But anyway, you have these two fighters and their fan bases that do a lot of chirping, a lot of talking, not too much on actually wanting to see their fighter in the ring. And when you see them collide, it is the most delusional thing that you will ever see, because out of all the boxing fan bases currently, right, you have the Bud Buddies, the Quotes, you have you have the Haniacs, and you have the, I think they call them Tank Sexuals or something like that. I'm not sure. But you have these very radical type of fan bases that they root mainly just for one guy over everyone, no matter the circumstance, no matter what they see from other fighters, no matter the pound for pound, no matter who they're actually fighting, right? Their guy can never be seen in a bad light. And when you have these two fighters, quote unquote, negotiating, you start to see a lot of things. And me, I'm just keeping it real, man. Neither one of these fighters want to be great. Tank, he can just put a bunch of asses in seats and people are going to come out. Devin Haney has tried to mimic his career after Tank Davis, from the way that he dressed, the way that he talked, a lot of stuff. They saw what worked for Tank Davis. Even the Ryan Garcia fight, it just went wrong because Tank Davis is a superior boxer to Devin Haney. I have my criticisms of both of these fighters, but I give them their fair credit. Devin Haney challenged himself a lot more than Tank Davis has. But regardless of him challenging himself more than Tank Davis is still the superior boxer. Like, Devin Haney is a very hard worker, but he just does not have the same gifts. It's not even just about knockout power. He's not as technically sound as Tank. He doesn't have as much tools as Tank. But Tank is able to do what he wants to do and still make a buttload of money. Devin Haney is not able to do that, but he's been trying to do that for his entire career. And he's had mishaps, very slip-ups. Like, he's tried to go like independent. He is independent, but it just doesn't work out that way when nobody wants to watch you fight. Most of your fans is on Twitter and they don't really come out to watch you fight. They more so care about moral victories and you calling out certain fighters than you actually fighting those fighters, because they'll make up every excuse in the book why you shouldn't fight those fighters when it's time. I.e. Keyshawn Davis, okay? But listen, man, neither one of these fighters are daring to be great right now. You have Devin Haney doing everything in his power not to fight Keyshawn Davis. And look, I understand. I understand why he's not trying to fight Keyshawn. And a lot of you fanboys need to understand why he's not trying to fight Keyshawn. Regardless of what you may think or what your lack of knowledge of boxing is, Devin Haney and Bill Haney know exactly what Keyshawn Davis is. He's an Olympian, okay? An Olympic silver medalist, okay? Regardless of him having 15 fights, yeah, if Keyshawn Davis didn't go to the Olympics, he would probably have maybe 25 fights. A good bit of bums on there too. But if you notice, a lot of elite fighters that were Olympians, they don't have these super crazy padded records. They get fast tracked. They become champions a lot faster because they fought at the highest level. Most of the guys that they see in the pros, there are levels above them because they fought the cream of the crop, okay? You guys may underrate Keyshawn Davis, but he's already been a champion, okay? He's beaten guys that your favorite fighters struggled with, okay? So whether if you want to give him credit or acknowledge his greatness, clearly the squirming around that Devin Haney and Bill Haney is doing, that goes to show you the type of threat that Keyshawn Davis is. And also, it's just not worth it for their brand. The money is not there, and it's an ass whooping, okay? It is what it is. Whether if y'all want to accept it or not, Devin Haney had no negotiations. He wasn't reaching out to Tank. He wasn't trying to negotiate with Shakur. They didn't care about no catch weight, 144. They didn't care about none of that. They said, we're not doing that. We're not coming down. We're not doing none of that. But the moment that Keyshawn Davis became the number one challenger and became his mentor, now all of a sudden he has all these concessions that he didn't have months prior. It is what it is. It's a duck, okay? But you have Tank Davis, right? There was no pressure to rematch Lamont Roach. They hate Lamont Roach, Drawmont Roach. Shout out to KO Boxing. He's hey, we gonna talk about him right in this video too. It's a funny nickname. I'm not gonna lie, it's hilarious. Even though he won both of those fights, but Tank Davis has all the skills in the world to be an all-time great, but yet he does not have the mentality. But yet he has the allure. He has the brand that's going to get people to watch him. He's very exciting, knockouts, all this stuff, the chrome hearts, like Tank, and it's no homo. Tank, decent looking guy, right? And if we want to accept it or not, the brain is wired to be more respectful towards attractive people. And I'm not saying I find Tank attractive, but I'm just saying, you can say a guy is decent looking, or say you could say Xander Zayas is a good looking dude, right? He's very marketable, right? With Tank Davis, he's marketable in the hood aspect to the Black American audience. Many guys can identify with Tank Davis. They can't really identify with Devin Haney. They can't. Tank is a lot more relatable, and he's just that's I don't give a fuck type of attitude, the tattoos, the braids, the swag, all of that, right? Tank is able to sell, and that he built himself up to beat us along with Floyd Mayweather's help. But with Tank, unfortunately, say Tank fans, they keep him in conversations that he does not belong in. Tank is not on the pound for pound for a reason, okay? He's not on the pound for pound for a reason because he does not dare to be great. He does not dare to be great. Lamont Roach was a cherry pick gone wrong. And due to familiarity, and once again, Lamont Roach won that fight, but they weren't going to give it to him. Tank is a cash cow, okay? You got to take the belt off the champion. I thought Lamont Roach did enough, especially with the knee. But boxing is very corrupt. We know this. It is what it is, okay? But the biggest fight in boxing right now is Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis. But as you see, Tank kind of skipped over Shakur, regardless of those little back and forths. He knows that him and Shakur, pretty much everybody knows this, regardless of if y'all fanboys want to accept it or not. Devin Haney is seen as the weakest link between those three. They know, both Tank and Shakur know Devin is easy work. They know that. To them. Not for every fighter, but they know that he's easy work. So, like, I feel like if Shakur had an option, he would choose Tank because that's the bigger fight. But if Tank had a choice, he would choose Devin. If Devin had a choice, he would choose Tank because of the size difference. But I'm just keeping it real. Like, they don't really rate Devin Haney like that. His peers don't rate him like that. Outside of like Ryan Garcia, but they don't really rate him like that between Shakur, Keyshawn, and Tank because they see Devin's limitations. So all of them pretty much want a piece of him. If I'm keeping it real, they see a lot of Devin Haney. Devin Haney is more of a brand than he is a boxer at this point because his name is always in the news cycle, but he's not in the ring. And unfortunately for you Haney fans, you guys might have to make peace with the fact that Devin Haney is about to drop his belt and not fight in 2026. It may not fight until 2027, but the thing is, you guys are not going to call him out for it. Many people are finally starting to catch on to the games and the shenanigans that Bill Haney plays. You know, say a nigga name, don't fight the nigga. On to the next thing. Try to fight a fighter that you have no business fighting. Like, let's keep it real, bro. Tank Davis is trying to bring down a welterweight, and Devin Haney is trying to fight a fucking lightweight. What are we doing here? You have a mandatory, that being Keyshawn Davis. He is on the list, correct? Right? And even if you're not Keyshawn, go fight Shakur at 144. No rehydration clause. No? Oh, you want to fight Tank Davis, the lightweight, who's also inactive. What are we doing here, bro? You guys do not hold these guys to any type of standard. And that's the title of this video. Y'all don't hold them to any standard. Y'all don't hold Tank to any standard to be fighting the guys in his weight class to fight the best guys available. You guys do not hold Devin Haney to any type of standard. But yet y'all want him to remain in certain conversations. You guys are mad that Shakur is number 3. Shakur moved up in weight and challenged the best fighter in that weight division, a 2-time lineal champion. Okay? That's what Shakur did. That's how Shakur became number 3 on the pound for pound from what? Number 7, I believe. That he dared to be great, and he did it. What is Devin Haney doing to dare to be great? What? He's trying to fight Tank Davis? A fight that, is just past. It's just not 2023. You guys are looking at the names instead of looking at where they're at in their careers. Tank Davis is still a lightweight. He's a small guy. Shakur is between 135 and 140. So that's the thing. Shakur bridges the gap. Either one of those fighters can fight him, but they're choosing not to. I don't think Shakur would make necessarily easy work of Tank. I think it'll be a good fight, but I think Shakur will win. But I think he will make easy work out of Devin Haney. So, trying to look for the most expensive ass whooping you can get is what the DHP is doing. And it's kind of annoying because you see the fans and negotiations going back and forth. When are you guys going to say, enough is enough? Go fight your mandatory. We want to see you fight. We want to see you guys fight this year, right? But y'all are so worried about negotiations and this and that. Dude, Devin Haney has no numbers to show for anything. Devin Haney is only big on Twitter. Tank Davis is big in real life. So yes, if they were to fight, Devin Haney would have to take a crazy split because he has no numbers to show for it. He has no numbers to show for it. He's been fighting on. They call Devin Haney undercard shoddy. That was hilarious, man. I'm just keeping it real. That was hilarious. But listen, man. Devin Haney and Tank Davis, they don't get held to any type of standard by their fans. You got a lot of guys who see Tank Davis as their troubled nephew. These guys have a parasocial relationship with both of these fighters. And when their fan bases clash, you hear a lot of crazy stuff. People are saying that Devin Haney is ducking Tank Davis. Nigga, you cannot duck somebody who is not in your weight class, who is not your mandatory. Devin Haney is a welterweight. Tank Davis is a lightweight in recess, a champion in recess. Just because Tank Davis stuck his neck out there and tried to start conversations with Devin Haney, that don't mean nothing. That was never supposed to be a thing. So if negotiations are falling through, good. They were not supposed to be a thing. Do you guys not comprehend that? Tank Davis and Devin Haney should not be negotiating for anything. Why? Because Devin Haney is a welterweight, 147. Tank is a lightweight, 135. Right? There's many fighters in between there. Devin Haney has a mandatory that he has to fulfill within 15 days, and he has not even started to negotiate with Keyshawn Davis. Do you guys not find that suspicious? Shout out to Dr. Umar. But yeah, let me talk about the KO boxing guy, right? Just to show you the mental illness of Tank Davis fans. This guy, I forgot what Tank had said to him because I wasn't in the live, right? But basically, he emasculated him. Keep in mind, this is a grown man with a wife and daughters, right? And I don't get into what another person has in their own personal life, but you let a man who keeps having certain situations go on emasculates you in front of everybody, and what do? You kiss the tip and you tell him, you know what? Thank you so much, Tank Davis, for bitch slapping me and embarrassing me. I'm going to thank you because you showed me the real. You know, you showed me who need to get from around me. These guys are sad. They're sad, okay? They're down bad. Then you got the Blue Blood Sports, the Goodfellas, those guys. Everything revolves around Devin Haney. They keep, Devin Haney, pound number one. No, he's not. He's not. He don't even deserve to be over Boots. If I'm keeping it real, man. But it's like, no matter what they see, they don't want to call Devin Haney out. See, Blue Blood Sports, like, he put a title called, Devin Haney officially ducks Keyshawn. So, like, subconsciously, he knows that's what's going on. But he's trying to clickbait and get people reeled in, knowing that that's the truth. That's the truth of what's going on. That's what people are starting to see and starting to say. Because it's true, okay? Like, you guys fell for the hype and fell for the Devin Haney wants to fight everyone. We saw him get so excited to fight Rolly Romero, okay? Then that fight fell through. Guess who got that fight now? Tio. Did we see him excited to go up and try to fight Xander Zayas when he was saying that? Keep in mind, Xander Zayas is extremely durable. Him lasting that long with Boots in that fight, I went to that fight. I'm going to talk about it. But Xander Zayas would have stumped the hole in Devin Haney. Talking about, it would have been a cherry pick. I don't know who the hell y'all think Devin Haney is. like, bro, I don't know who y'all think Devin Haney is, bro. But he is not. Every guy at 154, like you could take 1 through 6 is going to beat Devin Haney. Virgil Ortiz, Fundor, Josh Kelly, Xander Zayas, Jerron Boots Ennis, like Brandon Adams probably. Like, dude, Ramos if he was still there. Like, all those guys beat Devin Haney. I don't know who the hell y'all think Devin Haney is, but you guys done drunk a lot of the Kool-Aid. Devin Haney is running from Ryan Garcia and Keyshawn Davis. He does not want any smoke with any guy at 154. I promise you that. He will say that he does. He will act like he does. Bill Haney will gas you niggas up. But I promise you, Devin Haney will never go out of his way to go fight a Xander Zayas. He will never go out his way to fight a Fundor, a Boots Ennis, a Virgil Ortiz. He will never, listen niggas, let me get close to the mic. He will never, okay? He will never Okay, I need you niggas to quite y'all not gonna get it if I don't keep repeating myself. Devin Haney will never go out of his way to fight any of those fighters, okay? He will fucking lose. I'm sorry. He will have a career-ending stoppage. Do you guys not understand that? He will not fight a Madrimov, a Brandon Adams, a Virgil Ortiz, a Jerome Boots Ennis. The nigga don't even want to fight Keyshawn Davis. And I understand why. But you guys gotta understand. Just because a nigga say he want to fight this guy and say he want to fight that guy, that does not mean he actually wants to fight that guy. If Devin Haney was contractually obligated to fight these guys, he would still not fight them, okay? You guys give niggas credit for saying that they want to fight this guy. But then when those fighters actually check in, the energy is not really like that. You see a lot of his peers, Boots, all of them, Xander Zayas, all you see when what happens when two fighters don't want to fight, the fight is easy to make. Boots, Zayas, right? Niggas not just sitting on Twitter talking, oh, Zayas got 2 belts. Okay. Listen, I was at the fight. Bill Haney did all that talking the next day. Oh, we seen something in Boots, right? Devin Haney was at the fight. How come you ain't hopping? Like, you're a WO champion. You know you can challenge for those belts, right? That you was talking about when Xander Zayas had it. Why didn't you hop in the ring? Because he don't want to fight them niggas. Stop the narratives, okay? He don't want to fight them niggas, okay? He know you niggas are going to give him a stimmy off of just saying their name, okay? I'm sorry I had to get animated with that. It's just, that's the one thing that irritates me about Devin Haney fans. He will fight anybody. No, he will tell you niggas that and then do something else. And then Tink, y'all let this nigga get away with bringing niggas up, down, up, down, up, down. How about you go fight somebody in your fucking weight class? How about that? Go fight your mandatory. Kid Austin. Oh, no, you don't want to do that? Cool. You know? You don't want to unify? No? Cool. But yet, all I hear is his fans talking about, man, Tank would knock Shakur out. Tank don't believe that. Tank does not want to fight Shakur. No matter what you niggas think, Tank doesn't want to fight Shakur. That is the easiest fight to make in the sport of boxing outside of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. The easiest fights for both of these two fighters, that being Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, are the two guys that they don't want to fight. Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson. Those are their dance partners, plain and simple. But why are those fights not being made? Because honestly, Devin Haney don't want to find out whether it fits the Osterine or not. It wasn't, but his career would be over if he loses to Ryan Garcia. It's over with. He's a gatekeeper. It is what it is. We're going to look at, damn, this nigga was never really that good. This nigga lost twice to Ryan Garcia. He's not supposed to lose to Keyshawn Davis. That's the reason why they're avoiding him. Because you're not supposed to lose to a guy with 15 fights to the casual audience. All right? Tank Davis. Like Shakur becomes a bigger star than him once he steals his star by beating him. You feel me? These guys are avoiding their dance partners for a reason. They're avoiding them for a reason, and you guys let them get away with it. You guys don't really like boxing. Y'all just like the guys, okay? And that's cool. But don't sit up here and tell me how great they are, because they're not. Respectfully. Peace.